Trends is that nigga, no need to ask why. Mosquito ass niggas, no need to act fly. I'm the truth, I see you're that lie. I pass by all you fake motherfuckers, you're that guy. That's you. You're gonna miss real shit when I die. These niggas wanna be like me so bad. They act like bitches cause they had no dad. It's so sad. I'm so mad cause things ain't what it seems. Every girl thinks I'm the man of her dreams, cause I make them cream in their jeans. I got too much swag. I see you tricking cause your shorty got too much bag. She got too much sacks, too much Louis and Gucci. I'm like, come on, don't you got 2 nut sacks? Damn. I break it down. The whole game, I break it down. Your boy Trends break it down. Yes sir, I break it down. I break it down. The whole game, I break it down. Your boy Trends break it down. Yes sir, I break it down. Most niggas, they ain't about shit. They on that clout shit. And if you need a bitch who ain't about dick, kick her out quick, cause she's a waste of time. Don't ever doubt this. The game is real simple. Do you, but just don't do what a simp do. Yes sir, you just gotta do what men do. Yes sir, understand it's all mental. I break it down. The whole game, I break it down. Your boy Trends break it down. Yes sir, I break it down. I break it down. The whole game, I break it down. Your boy Trends break it down. Yes sir, I break it down. Yo, what up? What's poppin', what's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? What's poppin' with everybody? How's everybody doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Unique 79 in the building, Certified Tyrone in the building. What's going on? Joe Blast is in the building. Iceberg S, what's good? Brad Davis, Entrepreneur King, AT, Certified Tyrone is up in here. Fair Soul, Zaddy is up in the building. Tony, man, shout out to everybody. All About the Benjamin 707 is up in here. Usher is up in here. So what's going on, people, man? So today, real quick, man, and the phone lines is open, 516-387-1224. So I'm going to be talking about 5 signs the girl you like is not going to have sex with you. Okay, I'm going to talk about that because, there's still a lot of guys who are out here wasting a lot of time with women. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't want you to be out here wasting time dealing with chicks who ain't really trying to fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of girls out there that you try to talk to, you try to make shit happen, you're feeling her or whatever, but the sex is not going to go down. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to go down. You feel me? And so I don't want you guys to waste your time. So I'm going to give you 5 signs that a chick isn't going to fuck you. You understand? She's not going to have sex with you. She's going to be wasting your goddamn time, and it's going to be ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? But before we get into that, let's get into this real quick.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cool Joe, you'd be 6'8", you know, have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, we back in the building. We're back in the building. What's going on? So shout out to everybody else that just came through. So let's get into this game, man. And guys, the caller number is 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and I will, put your questions, in the queue so that I can get to them in a second. And 404, we already got calls already. All right, let me take this call real quick. And then we're gonna get into the rest of the joint. So 404 was popping. Who this?
Hey, Eva, I do need $5.
All right, what's up, bro? What's going on with you?
I got a question. So, is it okay if I give a woman my number? Because I know you're supposed to give, like you supposed. Is it okay? I can get her number? Because here's the thing. You're supposed to give my number to the woman. I'm supposed to give her my number, but I keep getting random calls. So if I get random calls, it's okay. I can have her number and like text her and then I get her number.
So wait, hold on. So you're saying should you give the girl your number? Is that the question?
The other way around. I'm saying that he should get her number. I should get her number.
So you're saying that should you get her number? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I can't get random calls.
Well, this is the thing. You can do it however you want. The thing is, though, is that if you give the girl your number, it's easier on you, meaning that you just tell her to call you. And if she calls you or texts you, that's showing some sort of interest because she's texting or calling you. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit easier that way. Now, if you want to get her number and call her and text her, you could do that also. Well, but it's easier just to give her your number and then tell her to call you. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, because it's the thing. I don't want to have random calls because I changed my number recently and I keep getting random calls. Right? It's like a new number. I keep getting random calls. I don't know if it's her or not. I keep getting random calls like every day. And that's the problem.
So because you're getting random calls, you feel some sort of way about it? Like, what difference does it make?
It makes a difference because like I have an app that blocks random calls calling me.
Mm-hmm.
The random calls. I have an
Okay, so
app
when you meet the girl,
to block random calls.
give her your number, right? And then tell her to text you or call you right there, and then you save her number in your phone, so it won't be a random call, right?
Right.
All
You can do
right.
that.
Yeah, so that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just, give her the number, tell her to hit you up, make it easier on you, man. But I appreciate the call, brother. All right, let's go to 516. 516 was popping. Who this?
Hello?
Yes, sir. 516. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What up?
I just want to say that the title of this video is bullshit.
Wait, hold on. Did you donate though?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Okay, so now why is the title bullshit? Go ahead.
Because I wouldn't even start liking a girl until after I fucked her.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I feel you. So what's so what's good with you?
Say, bro. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, bro. All right, man. Appreciate the call, man. Oh man, that's some real shit though. But look, let's get into this. So basically, you're talking about, signs a girl that you like, that you want to fuck with, that you're trying to deal with, is not gonna have sex with you. Now, the stuff that I'm gonna say isn't always 100% because there's always exceptions, but 98, 99% of the time when this shit is happening, she ain't gonna have sex with you. So just charge it to the game, keep it moving, don't waste any more time, and all that other good stuff, right? So this is in no order of importance, but I just want you guys to look out for these signs when this type of shit happens. You feel what I'm saying? So the first thing we got on the list of a girl who you like, who you're trying to make something happen with, and she's not gonna have sex with you, is if she leaves you on red. You feel what I'm saying? If she leaves you on red. So if you're dealing with a girl, right, and you text her and she leaves you on red and she's not responding to you, right, that girl is not trying to have sex with you. You understand? And in most cases, it's not going to happen. So what I tell you guys, I always tell you guys, you only should be texting the girl to set up a date. But some guys, they'll text the girl back and forth, having a conversation, all that other good stuff, trying to flirt with her on the phone, right? Now, if you do that stuff, right, and let's say you send her a message and then she leaves you on red, right, that's a chick showing low interest. Because when a chick is interested in you, she's going to return your text. She's going to be responsive to you. And the fact that she's not being responsive to you at any point, right, that means that there's a lack of interest there. You understand? Or what happened is sometimes the girl was interested, but then you kept going back and forth talking a bunch of nonsense. She left you on red, and then therefore she's losing interest in a situation, right? Now, there are times where, let's say, for example, you try to set a date and you tell her, hey, are you free Friday? Let's get together and get a drink, right? And she sees the text, you see that she read it, and she might take a little while to get back to you because she's trying to figure out her schedule. She's like, damn, what I got to do on Friday? Am I supposed to meet that other nigga? Blah, blah, blah. But then she'll get back to you, like sooner than later, within that next like hour or so. But if you send her that text and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 hours, a whole day's going by, right? That's just showing that the chick is not really fucking with you. She's not feeling you. And therefore, you're not going to be having sex with this woman. What you have to understand is this, is when a woman is sexually attracted to you, right? She wants the situation to work out. She wants to have sex with you. She's going to try to, make something happen with you, right? So what she's going to be doing is she's going to be extremely cooperative and extremely responsive to you. If she's not cooperative, if she's not responsive, right, then that means that this chick is not really trying to have sex with you. She's just basically, like kind of just talking to you because you're talking to her, using you for attention, shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So if a chick leaves you on red, understand that she not trying to fuck with you like that. You understand what I'm saying? She's not trying to fuck with you like that. Now, another sign that a girl is not going to fuck with you, a girl who you like is not going to fuck you, is if she is, no, not she, not her, but, I should say this, actually, she never texts you first. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is. If she never texts you first, and you're always the one having to initiate the text, you understand what I'm saying? then that means that she's not trying to fuck with you. So again, if you're the type of guy who's going back and forth for the chick, right? You first meet her, you meet her off of Tinder or whatever, or at a bar, you get her number, whatever it is like that, right? And let's say you hit her up and then she responds, and then you hit her up again, she responds, you send her some other message, she responds, right? But if she randomly doesn't hit you up first, after you sort of are not texting her, let's say you stop texting her for the day, whatever, and the next day comes, she doesn't hit you up at all. You understand what I'm saying? That's a sign of a chick who's really not feeling you. When a chick is feeling you, she's always trying to reach out. You understand? She's going to reach out. She's going to hit you with probably like a good morning text and all that other shit. You understand what I'm saying? You know how dudes be simping for chicks and saying good morning queen and all that other stuff? Women, when they really like a guy, they start acting that way towards him. You understand? They're very responsive. They're trying to get at you. So if you're the one that's always like, hitting her up and she's not hitting you up, then that means that this chick isn't really trying to fuck you. Like, for example, let's say you go on a date with a girl and, everything is cool or seems like everything's cool. And then, she doesn't text you, call you, nothing after that date. And then you hit her up and then she responds to your text, right? And then you hit her up again, she responds, but she never initiates. You understand what I'm saying? She never initiates. You might go on a second date with her. You go out with her, you take her out to get something to eat or some goofy shit like that. And you ain't fucking her. You understand? You try to fuck her, but you ain't fucking her, right? And the date is over and she doesn't really send any text to you. And then you're the one initiating for the third date, right? So when a woman isn't initiating, that means she doesn't really have that much interest in you. And therefore, she's not really trying to fuck you. She's not really trying to have sex with you. Right now, with all of this that I'm saying, is it possible that you can keep trying to get at her and then somehow eventually have sex? Yes. Is it possible if a girl leaves you in red and you keep trying to get at her, is it possible for sex to happen? Yes. What I'm saying is that it's less likely to happen when these girls are showing these types of signs. So if she's leaving you on red, if she is, not sending you text first, you understand what I'm saying? All of these are signs of low ass interest. You understand? The interest is low as shit. And understand that you're most likely not going to be fucking this chick right now. The third sign that a girl that you like is not going to have sex with you is that she deflects every time you're trying to set up a date or setting up a time to meet up. You understand? So she deflects every time you try to set up a date, set up a meetup or whatever, right? So what does that mean? That means you text this girl and you say, hey, so, are you free Friday? Let's get together and get a drink, right? And then her response to that is, oh, hey, so, what'd you do this evening, right? She's trying to not answer that question. You're like, hey, let's get together Saturday and go to this bar or whatever and meet up and chill or whatever. And then she'll respond and say some shit like, hey, did you see that movie that came out the other day? Like, she's not trying to respond to actually getting together. You understand what I'm saying? And women are very good for doing this type of shit. These are the type of girls who they really don't have any interest in you besides your attention at this point. So what happens is that she's trying to not answer that question because she doesn't want to go out with you. But she likes that you're, talking to her, sending her texts, doing all that other extra shit. But she's not really trying to, get at you at all. You understand what I'm saying? She's not really trying to see you. She just likes the attention that you're giving her. You understand what I'm saying? And guys, if you have any questions, put a Q in the chat. I'm gonna get to those in a second. So if a chick is always deflecting when it comes to, trying to set something up, going on a date, hanging out with her or whatever, right? Understand you ain't gonna be having sex with this woman, because when she wants it to happen, she's going to make it a smooth transition. She's going to make it easy for you guys to meet up. You understand? It's going to make it real simple, right? So that's number 3. Now, the fourth sign that the girl you like isn't going to have sex with you is you've already been on 3 dates and she has shown no signs of sexual interest. All right? You've been on 3 dates and she hasn't shown any signs of sexual interest. So a lot of guys could go on 3 dates with a girl and never kiss this chick at all. And the girl will say some shit like, oh, you know, I like to take it slow. I'm not the type of girl, all that bullshit, right? So you go on 3 dates. You've been on 3 dates already with this chick. You haven't even kissed her, touched her, nothing, right? And there are guys who do this shit like this. You understand? Now, sometimes you might be on the 3rd date or whatever, and, you know, you might have kissed her or whatever it is like that. But the 3rd date is over and sex still hasn't happened. And you try to probably have sex with her and she's like, oh, but let's take it slow. I got to get to know you. You know, I'm not really like that, yada, yada, yada. Right? By the 3rd time you seeing this chick and she's not trying to drop drawers, she ain't really fucking with you like that. See, a lot of times women will go on dates with guys because what happens is that the guy, he's good enough for her to, like, you know, hang out with. And, you know, she's like, I'll spend time with this guy. He's taking me out to dinner, all this other stuff. She likes that part of it. But when it comes to actually making shit happen, what she's doing is she's trying to prolong the situation. So she knows that at some point you're going to want some sex, and she's going to keep trying to throw it. Oh, but I'm not that type of girl. I need to get to know you more. I like to take it slow, yada, 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 whatever. And then at a certain point, when it becomes too ridiculous for, you know, her to, you know what I'm saying? When it becomes ridiculous for her to resist anymore, she'll hit you with the, you know, I just don't feel this connection, you know? I don't feel it. I just don't feel this connect. I just think we should just be friends. So she'll hit you with that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit that'll happen, you know, sometimes when you're on all these dates with the girl and she doesn't really have that interest in you. She's not showing any sexual interest, and she'll drag it out as long as she can. And then once it becomes to the point where she needs to, you know, at that point, you know, do something, that's when she's going to pull out the, oh, I just feel like, you know, I just feel like we should just kind of take it slow, or I'm not that type of girl, or I just see you as a friend. I just don't feel that connection. You understand? So that type of shit happen, right? Now, we're up to number 5. So the 5th sign that a girl you like is not going to have sex with you, right, is she tries to shame you when you bring up sex. Shout out to my dude K-Zag and 20 in the building. What's going on, family? What up, what up, what up? But yeah, she tries to shame you when you bring up sex. So what happens is that you either directly or indirectly try to bring up sex, and she'll hit you with one of these like, oh, is that all you want? You know, like, is like, if that's all you want, you know, I don't think this is gonna work out. You know, like she'll hit you one of those. You understand? So she's trying to shame you when you want to have sex, because she doesn't want to have sex with you, but she still wants the attention. She still wants the attention. Because see, what guys have to understand, and a lot of guys don't get, is that women can't fuck everybody, even if they wanted to. They can't fuck every guy. But what they can do is get as much attention as they can from lots of dudes. You understand? So women have sort of things in place to say, oh, let me say this to him if he's trying to get sexual with me. Let me pretend I'm not that type of girl. Let me act this way so, you know, he'll back off, but I can still, you understand what I'm saying? I can still, like, you know, use him for his time and attention and money and all that other good shit. You understand? So, you know, that type of stuff will happen. You feel what I mean? So those are the 5 signs right there. Let me get to some of these questions real quick. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat. It says, can a woman be sexually attracted to you? And can a woman be sexually attracted to you? And if so, how can you tell? That's a funny ass question. You asking, can a woman be sexually attracted? Of course a woman could be sexually attracted to you. What are you talking about, man? Right? And the way that you tell is usually if a woman is really sexually attracted to you, some women will be bold enough to like make it obvious and let you know that they're sexually attracted to you. Now, some women might not be that bold, right? So what happens is that you have to flirt and build sexual tension so she can respond to you so that you will see if the girl actually is sexually attracted to you, right? So that's the one of the easiest ways to do it is you gotta flirt with her, build some sexual tension, and then see if she's responding to you sexually. You understand? See if she's actually being positive and responding to you like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, this is some other question. She says, "Do sound like Joe?" She said, "Should we tell girls we've been seeing for a while that we watch your videos and are learning about the game?" I mean, I wouldn't necessarily tell them. You feel what I'm saying? because this is for you to learn your shit, but you don't gotta be telling a girl, hey girl, guess what? I'm actually learning the game from this awesome dating coach, Mr. Locario, and he's teaching me how to seduce you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just learn the game and then apply it. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gotta because oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Paul, let me take some calls real quick. Let's go to 412. 412, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Locario? This is AT calling, man.
AT, what's good, bro? What's going on?
All right, chilling. You know, definitely donated, of course.
Appreciate it. So what's going on?
Just thought, man, this topic is, you know, kind of like perfect timing because I had two situations happen last week with two different girls where, you know, we met on the app, exchanged numbers, you know, talked, had the date set up.
Right.
And then one girl, the day of the date was like, oh, hey, you know, I'm going to have to cancel because I just don't feel like we have a vibe. But mind you, I had asked her two separate occasions, like, hey, let's get on the phone and talk, you know, so I can, you know, we set up the date and everything. And then she kept having an excuse. Oh, well, I'm at work or texting back much later. So I was just like, I already know she's going to be on BS. And then sure enough, sent the text. Well, I'm just not feeling it. We didn't talk much. Yeah, I tried to talk to you twice and you avoided it.
Bunch of bullshit.
And then right. And then the second one was we were supposed to meet this past Tuesday and had everything set. And then I was like, hey, you know, let's get on the phone and talk, you know, kind of feel each other out, you know, just for 5-10 minutes.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I'm visiting my parents the whole weekend, but was still trying to text me. And I'm just like, well, let's talk. Oh, well, I'm not sure if I can, but, you know, I can hit you up on the ride home, you know, and I'm just like, okay, if you're at your parents' house, you can't get away for 2 seconds to talk. I'm like, yeah, this don't seem right. And then, of course, sure enough, get the text, hey, you know, on second thought, I want something more serious. You're only looking for casual. I don't think this is going to work. I'm just like, all right. And just said, well, if you change your mind, you got my number.
Right. Chicks be always on that, you know, that shit where, like, based off of how they just feeling in the moment, it's going to change from moment to moment. And then 1 minute it's like, oh yeah, let's make this happen. The next minute it's like, I don't know. And this is like, you know, but the thing is, this is why I say is different levels of interest. When a woman has high interest, right? All of that type of shit don't happen. It's like when they have high interest, everything is just what it is. You understand? They're going to go through it. They're going to go flow with it really easy. They're going to make the shit simple. All of the other things where it's like hesitation, oh, I'm not sure. Maybe can I do this later? I don't know. Maybe like all of that other extra shit. That's like medium low interest type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like whenever the chick is really, really feeling the motherfucker, all of that like goofy shit is out the window. That's why I always tell guys to look for the high interest chicks and look for the chicks who's really, really about it. Because see, the thing is this, some of these women, like the ones that you talking about, you know, she's like, oh, I feel like this or whatever, and then she wants to end it. A lot of that is their fear overriding the desire. Because they're like, yeah, I kind of like this guy, but at the same time, I'm scared. So the fear is going to stop me from making it happen. But that's still medium interest, because the thing is, you want a girl whose interest is so high that even if she has some sort of fear, she's going to be like, fuck the fear. I'm going to go through it and make it happen with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's what I was going to say leading up to, because I actually have a date tonight with a girl. You know, called, set everything up. She was excited on the phone, you know, like looking to meet. Even text this morning, I was just like, "Hey, looking forward tonight," and she was like, "Oh, I'm sick." I'm like, "Well, we don't have to go." No, 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 no. I still want to meet you. So this girl saying she's sick, but she's still, you know, just a cold, not COVID, like she tested negative, but she has a cold and still wants to come out and meet. So as you said, the interest so far seems high that she's willing to come out even if she's under the weather.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the ones where they're really trying to make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what women do, because the thing is, a lot of times it's rare occasions when a woman meets a guy she's really, really feeling. So when she meets that guy, she's like really trying to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know.
And then I just had one, you know, quick question if I could. So with dealing with girls, like, you know, just casual dating, because I know you know, marriage, obviously open relationship and all that.
Right.
And that's what, you know, I've said I wanted going forward, like just, you know, either casual date or I'll be in an open relationship. If you're dealing with a girl, how do you know at a certain point when you feel like, okay, it's time to maybe cut them off? Like, what signs do you usually see, or what things do you know where it's like, okay, maybe it's time to end things with them?
You mean like just in general when you're dating a chick, like or, you know, to end the shit?
Yeah, just like, because I mean, enjoying the situation, but I definitely, there's times where she still keeps bringing up, like, oh, you know, how long do you think you'll just want to do casual? Is that what you're going to do forever or whatnot?
Right.
And is that a certain point where it's either do you keep going or do you just be like, okay, she's angling for something serious. I don't want that. Is that, you know, a sign of maybe time to end it?
Right. I think, well, the only time you really need to end it is when she's making it a nuisance in the situation. So like, you could tell her, look, you know, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to keep it casual and just have fun with it. Right. And then if she's like, all right, cool. And then she continues to like chill with you and do that, then fine. But if you tell her that and then she keeps bringing this shit up and she keeps being like, oh, how come this? And why can't we be, you know, that's when you got to cut it off. You understand what I'm saying? And in those situations, you could warn the chick, be like, listen, I already told you this is what I'm trying to do. So if I hear you again, keep bringing this up, then I'm gonna just have to keep it pushing. You see what I'm saying? And then so, you know, you just letting her know. So if she does keep, you know, pushing for it, then that's when you can cut her ass off. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
Like so far it's been like just twice, but not, you know, back to back. It's been like months apart.
Right.
So I just wondering, right, like, but she's still been cool hanging out, you know, doing stuff.
Right.
Okay,
right.
so I get what you're saying.
Right. So, you know, you can just do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's all I definitely wanted, man. You know, as always, definitely appreciate your time and information.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, bro. All right, I'm holla.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right.
Peace. All right. Let's go to 708. 708. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Locario? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, bro. What's going on? Did you donate?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You already know.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on?
Hey, so I was recently, not too long ago, watching your program on Deep Game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that you talked about was like when you're getting into the game, and especially, I think you meant in the context of when you're getting into the game and then when you're in the game, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to fuck up sometimes.
Right.
But you have to have that, you have to have like that forgiveness for yourself. So what I wanted to ask you is, man, like, how do you truly, when you're dealing with a woman and then when you know you made an error, you know you made a mistake that's like to the proportion where you have to like cut things off yourself,
right?
Or like the girl cuts it off or whatever. Like, how do you, when you know you fucked up and made mistakes beyond repair, how do you go about forgiving yourself and like not letting that affect your confidence and like and constantly improving? Like, how do you forgive yourself for like things like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just understanding that, you know, you have awareness that you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you know, it's not anything that you gotta keep dwelling on, but it's more so learn the lesson. You know what I'm saying? And then once you learn the lesson, make sure you implement that into your game. You feel what I'm saying? So that you, for the next time, you do better. You see what I'm saying? So it's really just all about like learning, because that's the thing, is just learning from your mistakes. Because the thing is, there's going to be a lot of things that you do that you're not going to notice until later that you fucked up, because after you done fucked up, you're like, damn, like what the hell happened? And then you think back to it and then you realize like, oh shit, like what was I doing? Because sometimes there's things that you might even know, but you forget about it sometimes when you're in the situation, because when you're in the situation, you're so caught up in the situation and in your emotions and all this other goofy shit. And then you end up doing something. And then after you step back from it for a little bit, you're like, oh shit, like, why was I acting like that? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you just have to be aware of the mistake, but also too, sometimes you might make the mistake a few times before you really get it. You understand what I'm saying? So what'll happen is that you'll make the mistake. You'll be like, shit, I'm trying to learn from that. And then you'll probably end up doing it again. And I realized it. And then it reinforces like, damn, I done did this before. So then it's like, okay, now I really gotta, I'm really recognizing that I'm doing some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So it becomes stronger in understanding that you got to learn from that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So with that said, what's the difference exactly? You know, like how you have like guys call into a show, right? And then obviously they make mistakes like that's so wild. You like, man, this dude can't possibly have any game. So what's the difference between a guy like coming up in the game and like improving versus a guy who just is so far gone or left that his game is just weak, just weak? Like, what's the difference between a guy like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, usually what happens is that the guys who's so far gone and they shit is super weak, that's because they're not actually learning the game. You understand? Like, they're not paying attention to this shit. Because even if, if you go on YouTube and shit, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you can learn, but also like, let's say, someone joins the Bad Boy membership or reads one of my books, or even some other coach who's really good at what they're doing, you'll actually start to learn and do the things correctly. The problem is a lot of the guys who keep fucking up a lot of times and they're just so far gone is guys who either stay ignorant, they learn things, but they don't necessarily implement it. So it's like a lot of times, this is the funny part, a lot of times people know what to do, but they still decide not to do it. You understand? So for example, like a dude will know, I shouldn't be wifing up no chick I just met, 3 weeks ago. But then he's like, oh, but she's bad and I really like her and blah, blah, blah. And then he ends up wifing her up. And then a bunch of crazy shit happened. And then he's like all fucked up in the situation. But he already knew though, but he just ignored it and was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just do this. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what happens with a lot of guys too, where they'll know the things to do. They'll just ignore it because they think that they can, they know better than the game. You feel what I'm saying? And so therefore they end up in those fucked up situations. But the thing is that usually when a guy pays attention to the game, learns the things he needs to learn, and then just does the things that he needs to do and continues being consistent with that, he usually, progresses and excels versus the other guys who just keep, doing the nonsense. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, for sure. Like one more quick question. So I guess like the grand question, I just thought about it. The grand question that what I'm trying to say is that obviously guys like me, guys in the chat, look up to you as far as like your game. We can tell, or I can tell, I'll speak for myself, that your game is really high, right? So with that said, are you still yourself? Like, is game mistake proof? Did you get to a level where you like don't really make mistakes, or are you at a level where the mistakes is minimal, but you still make mistakes from time to time? Because the way that like you spit the game is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like almost like this shit is mistake proof, right? Are you still like, you still find yourself like improving in ways like, even though you're deep into the game?
Oh no, that's the thing. I make mistakes all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why, I'm gonna tell you why though. The reason why I make a lot of mistakes is because I'm consistently learning and putting myself in different situations. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that when you're in new territory, right, you're gonna make mistakes because the things that you don't know, right? A lot of times you're like the things that you don't know it yet until after you done did it. So So you're like, oh shit, okay, I done did, you know, A, B, and C when I was supposed to do D, E, and F, but I didn't know I was supposed to do D, E, and F until I actually made the mistake of doing A, B, and C. You see what I'm saying? But I had to put myself in a new territory, in a new situation in order to realize the mistake I was making. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is, but then also once you understand it, like I was saying before, once you understand that your game gets tighter, and then therefore you have more knowledge about certain things. You see what I'm saying? So the more that you're growing, the more mistakes you're going to make, because a lot of times you're in uncharted territory. But then once you are there and then you learn from it, then you get tighter with your game, and then therefore your game gets stronger. So it's like, you're always learning. You see what I'm saying? And then what happens is that because you're always learning, your game is getting tighter. But it's not. There's no like. Because this is the thing. Because even in the documentary, Rosebud was saying, you know, mistakes don't happen with motherfuckers that got game, right? And see, the mistakes don't happen once you understand the game, once you understand the situation, once you understand the strategy it takes to be successful in the situations you're in. You see what I'm saying? So the mistakes happen when you don't understand the situation. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like if I was going to, let's say I went to an area of a city that I've never been to, right? And then I'm trying to find a specific like address or store or whatever, right? And I might make the mistake of going down the wrong road or going down the wrong street and everything because I don't know this area yet. Now, once I finally find the place, I'm like, okay, cool. This is the place, this is the address, this is the street. So now the next time I go in the area, I'm like, yeah, I know where that street is. It's down the block, over this way, around the corner, whatever. So now that I know, I'm not making no mistakes. You see what I'm saying? And that's how the game works, is that once you now know, then you don't really make the same mistakes because you know it. You now know it. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is a lot of guys don't put themselves in a situation in order to fuck up first. A lot of guys are scared to fuck up. This is why guys are scared to approach women. They're like, oh, I just want to wait for choosing signals. I want to wait for everything to happen. And it's like, no, put yourself in a particular situation and then learn from those situations so that your shit gets stronger. You see what I'm saying? And that's the key, is that you start to learn more, and then you start to develop more, and you start to, your game just gets tighter and tighter because you're actually putting yourself in them situations and you're not scared to make the mistakes. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Right. You see what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yes,
all
sir.
right, I appreciate you, Locario. Thanks, bro.
All right, my brother. Appreciate the call, man. I'm a holla. All right. Shout out to April MC in the building. What's going on, girl? All right, let's go to 443. 443, what's popping? Who this?
Yeah, what's popping, man? This your boy, Mark.
What up, my brother? Did you donate?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what's good?
Ain't much, man. I just wanted to contribute a little bit of a story that I think will help everybody in the chat. I'm not going to hold too much of your time, but just referring to the title, I think a lot of dudes, they're going to have that problem, man, because a lot of motherfuckers think, having game is playing games, bro. And for instance, I had a cousin, right? This is my little cousin. He's younger than me by 2 years. So I be trying to school him and whatever. But one day I picked him up and he was on the phone with a girl, and I seen how he was interacting with him.
Right.
And I just butted in a conversation, right? And I tried to get the girl to come see him. Like, pretty much, I was just like, "Hey, come out. My man gonna get you a shot. Like, step out to the bar." She wasn't with it. And when I seen that, I'm like, "Damn, bro, how long you been talking to her?" He been talking to her for a few months. I'm like, "You ain't never seen her yet?" He like, "Nah." I'm like, "Bro, cut that girl off, bro. She ain't trying to see you. She ain't even want to step out tonight. She ain't feeling you like that." And his whole thing was, "Oh yeah, bro, nah, she like me, bro. She cool, bop, bop, bop." So he even went to the extent when I actually made the point to her that she could come out to the bar and he would get a shot for you on him. He declined that. So he even went as far as saying, "I will take you to Red Lobster." You know what I mean? And I looked at him like he was crazy, bro. I'm just like, "Bro, hang the phone up, bro. Hang it up. Like, hang your phone up now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And after that, the girl pretty much hit him with a text like, "Oh, it was rude of you to have your cousin speaking to me and talking about me, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Bro, cut her the fuck off." He didn't want to cut her off. And my whole point, even saying this, is just to say a lot of guys play games like this. You feel me?
Right.
I'm like, bro, what was your point of? I'm like, bro, what was your point of inviting her to Red Lobster? Oh, because if I would have invited her to Red Lobster, that would have got her to come outside.
Right.
And I wasn't really going to take her to Red Lobster. I'm like,
these dudes be nah. You know what it is? A lot of these guys be trying to delay the rejection. You know what I'm saying? So they'll talk to a girl for like weeks and do a whole bunch of goofy shit like that. And you understand what I'm saying? And so he's trying to prolong the situation so he don't get rejected. But she's already rejecting him because she not feeling him like that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because the fact that you said, yo, come through, and he's like, I'm gonna spend money on you and simp, and she still ain't trying to come see him. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That show you she ain't really fucking with this nigga. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And look, Locario, the thing is, right, in the little text message that she sent him, that was supposed to be like the cutoff message, like that was basically her cutting him off. She was like, I didn't know that you wanted to take me out to Red Lobster this whole time. If I knew that, I would have been saying. I'm just like, bro, she trying to get you out of your motherfucking money, bro.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
but see, that's why dudes gotta learn the game, because dudes waste a lot of time and energy and go through a bunch of bullshit when they don't understand, you know, what's going on. So he just didn't understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he get caught up, he'll get caught up with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? It's just like a lot of these guys, man, they keep listening to you. They listen to everybody else. They hear the game, but they don't want to actually step out there on the court. And, you know, it's only but so much you can actually know until you step out there on the court. You get the ball in your hands. Right. You got to dribble. You got to play defense. You got to know offense. You got to know how to run plays. You ain't going. You can listen to it. You can have a sense of what to do. But until you actually get out there on that field, man, you're going to be lost. You know what I mean? You're not going to have no experience. Most of your experience comes from failing. It's called trial and error.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to fail, and you got to learn from your mistakes to recorrect them in the next situation, man. So that's all I wanted to say, man.
That's
everybody have a good evening.
Appreciate you calling, my brother. All right, so let's get to some of these questions. It said, I want to get the button. Do they have an Android app for that? What's soundboard with that joint? That's just damn, I forgot what sound effect that is, but they got that shit on YouTube, man. If you want to get that shit. The ghostwriter said, I don't understand why she gives you her number while the guy makes an effort and makes zero effort. Why can't she tell him straight she is not interested in him? What's with the mind games? I'm confused. You got to call up the ghostwriter. Call up. The numbers is at the bottom, scrolling down. You feel what I'm saying? You said, what if you've been seeing a chick for about 7 months, you smash multiple times, but you notice she's not initiating the sex? Is that okay, or means she doesn't find me that attractive or not that sex? Didn't you ask this the other day, AJ? I think you asked this the other day. You understand? I told you, bro, if you fucking, right, and she's not initiating the sex, right, just you keep initiating the sex and keep fucking. I told you sometimes women want you to be the initiator of the sex. Now, there are going to be some women who are going to like do it themselves and you know, jump on you and do all this other stuff. But you have some women who they're looking to you to basically lead everything in all those situations. So you just got to do what you got to do. Because sometimes it might mean a chick is not really feeling you. You understand? As much as you might think, but there's other times where she's just really waiting for you to make the move. That's just how some women are. King Lee said, for the most part to women, know they aren't being honest when they say certain things like not feeling that connection or some nonsense like that is vague. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Women have so many things to play games with. This is why the more indirect you are when you're dealing with women, the easier it is for them to basically play games with you. You understand? Certified Tyrone said, how do you tell if a girl is bullshitting about never having casual sex during the first date? Well, just understand that, 90% of them are bullshitting when they say that. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, see, most women, right, either had one night stands or casual sex, right? Or if they haven't had it, it's usually because they haven't found the guy that entices them to want to have it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's rare to find women who, because it's like this, right? I say it this way. No woman or person for that matter, right, is 100% about what they say they're about when it comes to this shit. You understand? Nobody's 100% because circumstances can cause things to happen that people would think wouldn't happen, or they themselves wouldn't think that. So you meet a woman and she's like, I never would have sex on a first date, and she probably never did have sex on a first date so far. But there may come a time where she'll meet a certain guy, he turns her on so crazy, and she'll end up fucking him on the first date. You understand what I'm saying? It's just the way life goes. So it's not impossible for that to, occur for any chick. You understand what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You said I had 3 girls ask to see my junk today at a swimming meet at a lake. I like 2 of them, and they're all acting seductively towards me. How do I handle this?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God.
Hold on.
Stop fucking lying.
Okay, life in game, bro. Stop lying, bro. Call up so we could talk about this. Stop lying. Why y'all dudes gotta lie for? Why? You know how I know you're lying? And it's funny, what I noticed in my years of coaching guys? Guys, this is what certain guys will do. There will be things that happen, but they'll misinterpret what's actually happening in the situation. Right? So life in game, right? He's either blatantly lying or he's misinterpreting what's going on. Right? So let's say, for example, he was swimming and he had like 1 or 2 girls say, "Oh, I like your trunks." So now he interprets that as, oh, there was these girls staring at my junk and they all were like looking at me seductively, and no, they weren't. You understand? And see, what happens is yeah, he didn't succeed. He used to always do that type of shit. Shout out to He Didn't Succeed. He Didn't Succeed would have stories about my life. And I'm like, he didn't succeed. How the fuck you know this about my life? He'd be like, Locario, you don't understand, bro, because when you grew up, girls used to do this. I'm like, nigga, you was hanging out with me when I was growing up? Where you coming up with these stories from? This is crazy. But the reason why I know life in game is lying is because, see, when you're the type of guy that shit like that is happening to you, usually you know what to do because you've been in that situation before, or situations like this before where women are that aggressive because they're that sexually attracted to you. You wouldn't be shocked. You understand? Unless you're like 18 and this is like your first time going outside and doing things. Other than that, come on, fam. You got to call up. You got to call up. You said, I saw a video when you said it's part of being a man letting bitches shit on you. Also, you said a man cannot become a man until a bitch shits on him. What kind of BS advice is that to give men? What? This is like the second time I heard somebody. What video is this? Why y'all always talking about y'all see videos of me saying some shit? Send me the video. Tell me the fucking timestamp. And let me know what the fuck is going on. What video where I said part of being a man is letting chicks shit on you? Like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, what are y'all talking about in this place? You said a woman that I have been dating for 7 months complains once in a while that I am dominating because I like to give her instructions and ask her to do things for me. 9 times out of 10, she does what I ask her. Well, shout out to Coach Justin. What's popping, bro? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, I got to set my schedule up because I want to do an interview with Coach Justin. I got to get Boss Mac on here. I got to get my dude Rakim Sekou. I got to get a bunch of people on here for some interviews and shit. So the thing is, what happens is in those situations. So you say you've been seeing her for 7 months, right? And a lot of times, what happens is as you continue to see a woman, and she's thirsty for the relationship, right? She sometimes feels some sort of way when she keeps taking your instructions, but she's like, but why am I not your girl? And blah, 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 blah. You understand what I'm saying? That's where that type of energy comes from. You understand? But again, you have to be dealing with women who have high interest in you because usually women who have really high interest don't act like that. And 2, you might be also doing a little bit too much extra shit to where she might be feeling entitled to certain other things. So sometimes when you guys, you probably have a spending the night, you understand? You cuddling and doing a bunch of extra shit probably with her. And then so she's expecting to be your girl sooner than later. And then she's like, well, why am I following all these instructions, but I don't got no title? You see what I'm saying? So that could also be happening too. But call up and give me some more information. You said, Locario, if you tell a bitch to put your number in her phone and she tells you to put hers in your phone instead, what does that mean besides her possibly not being interested? That means she's uncooperative. If you tell a girl, put my number in your phone, and she's like, no, put my number in your phone, she's being uncooperative. And that's medium to low interest. Remember, I keep trying to tell you guys, a woman who really likes you is trying to not fuck it up. When a woman really likes you, she's like, you know how like when a nice guy who's like a simp, who ain't really got no game, he sees a really hot girl and he's like all enamored by her and shit. And he's like willing to do and say anything to be with her and he wants to impress her, all that other stuff. That's how women act when they really feeling you. They're all about, what can I do to make this guy like me? What can I do to be in his good graces? So if you tell her to do something, she's going to do it because she doesn't want to upset you. She doesn't want you to look at her funny. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand the difference between, chicks who have high interest and chicks who just kind of have medium or low interest. So what's the difference between inner game and outer game? What do these things mean? So inner game is basically confidence, how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, understanding your value, stuff like that. Outer game is just what you're doing on the outside, meaning, your mouthpiece, the things that you're saying to a chick, the things that you're doing, your strategy of how you get from point A to point B, right? See, if your inner game is tight, usually your outer game is tight. But if your inner game sucks, your outer game is going to suck. So this is why a lot of times dudes, they be just trying to do stuff outwardly, but they don't really have any confidence. And then so they're trying to find pickup lines and clever shit to say and, little tactics. And this is why shit doesn't really work out, because what happens is that part of what makes you makes your game tight is you have to have such inner strength for when things outside aren't going the way you want it to go. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, if you trying to get at certain girls and they not trying to hear it, they rejecting you, whatever it is like that, you have to have strong inner game to remain confident, to, you know, be able to continue to be motivated to make shit happen. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that aspect of it. So he said, Locario, how to overcome one-itis? Is that what he's saying? I got dumped recently, but I'm still thinking about her like she's special. I know it's an illusion in my mind, but I have a hard time to move on. Well, this is the thing. I would ask you how long you've been with this chick. That's one, or, you know, dealing with this girl. Two, what it is that you have to basically have an awareness and understanding that you're attached and that's why you're suffering. You understand what I'm saying? So you enjoy the time that you with women, but then when the shit is over and the shit is just like, you know, not working out the way it needs to go, then you gotta just let go of that shit. You know, you might feel a little sting here and there because you're still attached and you still have those feelings, and, you know, you've been accustomed and conditioned to respond this way when things don't work out. But the more that you know, understand yourself and have that sort of awareness of the fact that you don't need to be attached and understand that you're only suffering because you're so attached to the situation, then, you know, once you understand that, then you'll be fine. Think about it this way. Before you met this woman, you was cool. You was fine. Your life was, you know, I'm sure okay, right? So you were fine before you met her. Now you met her. Now you feel like, you know, shit is crazy. But that comes from you being attached. You understand what I'm saying? That comes from that mindset and that conditioning. Remember, we're all conditioned this way. We've been conditioned through movies, media, our friends, family, all this other shit to act the way we act when certain things go down. We're conditioned. And it's not easy to get out of that conditioning, but it first starts with you being aware and having that awareness. You see what I'm saying? It's the awareness of you knowing, damn, I feel this way because I'm attached. I feel this way because I'm conditioned to feel this way. You understand? Like you got to understand that and admit that to yourself. That's the first step of being aware that this is what's going on. And then once you're aware that that's going on, then what happens is, and you know, when you drop the illusion of you thinking that your happiness is within the woman, then you'll be better equipped for, you know, getting over that situation, because you will. You understand what I'm saying? And moving on. You see what I mean? You said, why women complain sometimes when you're... Okay, this is from your other question. You said, do you believe that your intentions with your game will change when you reach 60 years old? Well, yeah, well, the older you get, you know, usually your situation changes, and the things that you want from the game sometimes change. You understand? It'll sometimes change. Like me, I'm friggin' 40 years old now. There's certain things now that I'm seeing, you know, that's changing as far as, you know, how I view things and deal with women. And, you know, it's you know, it changes. Because you get older, you get a different perspective, all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You said, why is it okay for them to play games, but a man does it, he gets slaughtered? What are you talking about? It's not okay for anybody to play games. It's not okay for anybody to play games, but Ghostwriter, call up. Michael says, does inner game and outer game only apply to women? Or is it an approach to life in general? For example, business and career. Yeah, it's life. You understand what I'm saying? It's life. You see what I mean? But also what I want to say is, don't try to be perfect because you're not going to be. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to be perfect. The thing is, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to feel certain types of ways because of certain types of things, because you're conditioned to feel that way. The more aware you are, the less you're going to feel that way. That's the thing where, when you talk about people being woke and all that other shit, right? It's more so the awareness of what's going on and being able to, deal with it and look at it from a different perspective. But a lot of times people, what they're looking for is this like perfection, where it's like, that's not really what it's about. It's about just being aware of how you're feeling and what's going on. So what I mean is that, you're like, for example, you can feel or be depressed or be upset and angry at certain things, right? You just have to accept and acknowledge that you're angry and upset and pissed off at that moment, right? What some people try to do is they're like, I don't ever want to be angry again. And I'm like, well, that's possible. It's not impossible. That's possible, but it starts from you first being aware that you are angry and just accepting it. And then once you accept it, you analyze it, or you look at it and you be like, well, why am I angry? Where's that coming from? What is that about? I'm angry because that girl did this thing. Okay, so now I'm angry because of what the girl did. Why am I angry at some shit that, she did? Why am I so triggered and angry about what's going on with her? Okay, maybe I'm triggered and angry about what's going on with her because I look to women or to people outside of me for validation or whatever it is. So you start to, you know what I'm saying? Go in that direction. So, that's how we make it happen. But guys, I'm about to head up out of here real quick. So listen, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com right now to join the Bad Boy membership, so you guys can get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go and get that shit cracking. Hold on, they say you could do a background music. Really? Hold on, wait. They got some new shit on here. Hold on, let me see what the fuck this is. Hold on, let me see this for a second. They said, they got background music and shit. That's crazy. So y'all can hear that music? We find out StreamYard is doing some cool ass shit. Y'all hear that music? They got background music now that you can fucking talk while you do. That's crazy. Wow, that's dope. That's dope. They got some fucking crazy ass shit. Okay, all right. Let me find out they got fucking background music in this motherfucker. That's wild. That's wild. I'm gonna have to. I wonder if I can upload some beats and shit, so I can start spitting this game over these instrumentals and all of that. That's crazy. Wow, that's dope. I like that. That's some cool ass shit. That's some cool ass shit. They got fucking they got a rock joint. This shit is hilarious. That's crazy. They got some new shit on here. Let me find out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But they got some smooth shit. You can turn up the volume and shit. Let me find out. Okay, all right, okay. It's on my rap to this shit. That's crazy. Fun. I'm gonna start spitting some hot shit over these instrumentals and shit they got here. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Okay, all right, okay. I fucks with it. I'm just going through these things right now, listening. I'm like, they got a bunch of shit over here. That's crazy. Okay, I might have to fuck with them. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Somebody calm down. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm gonna definitely, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys get the Bad Boy membership and shit. We can get that shit cracking. And yeah, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody in the chats. You feel what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody hanging out with me. You feel me? And I will holler at y'all later. All right. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.